Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Even when we win, there's too much stress. Welcome to the round 18 fan cams. I honestly can't believe we're doing this like this. I was sure that we had completely ruined that. The heart rate hasn't really come down from the first quarter. But I mean, they dug deep. It was ratchet for a good 3 quarters. But to the boys' credit, they dug deep. They found something, and they finally did it for the club and for the fans and for something to be proud of. I just want to play a little clip before we begin all of this, just to shout out to Swoop Luke, who, for whatever reason, the Collingwood fans won't be on the fucking fan cams tonight watching us, because that's not how it works when they lose. But have a look at this during the week from Swoop Luke.
Carlton fans, this one's for you. Blue Abroad, this one's for you. Almost Blues Brothers, this one's for you. Don't ever forget, I'm the Swoop King. I'm the prodigal son. Begin.
Fucking begin, baby. Let's fucking begin right now, baby.
Come on, you fuckers! I hope I did Nick Wishart, Michelle, and all the cheer squad proud. I have literally had probably about 200 viewers, and 150 of them were pies for most of that. I have chanted my way through that. I have just watched the first 5 minutes of his fan cams, and I've broken the twat. I've broke the twat.
Good.
So, in absence of the cheer squad, we've only got Uncle Pom. So I want you all to join me in the greatest song that I've created for this club, and that is the one that made Sweet Luke cry. And that is, every weekend we do follow. We see the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. It's Lygon's gallant few. Tough times have been hard. We followed here and far. You always hear us roaring in the stands of Sycon Park. Oh, fuck you, Swoop Luke. Fuck you, Swoop Luke. Tell you what, Swoop Luke, say hi to your mum for me, because we fucking did it. Come on, boys. I'll tell you what, that chat was the worst thing I've ever had. So shout out to all you blue baggers who stuck with me, because I was copping abuse. You want to see my inboxes? I've been threatened to be stabbed and everything. But we've done it, boys. We did it for Serge. Rest in peace.
Yes,
I don't want to hear anything on the fan cams tonight about system, setup. We were lucky. Fuck that.
No, I think
rivalry goes beyond that.
Correct.
They wanted this more than us, and we did it.
I think you're spot on. I mean, let's not lie; it was stressful, and whatever. They dug deep. They did what they needed to do in that fourth quarter, and at the end of the day, all we really wanted today was something to be proud of, and we have something to be proud of. And there's obviously a lot that needs to be fixed and all of that, but the game like that, it already means a lot to the people. But when you see Jack crying the way, like, it just means so much.
Mate, this game means more than life. Like, to see Swoop Luke on my fucking channel getting excited, to hear them dickheads like, Erasmi, where are you, son? Mr. Caps Lock. You ain't caps locking now. Enjoy fucking italics, you prick. We're fucking Melbourne is blue. Come on, boys. Tell you what, stick that up, you Collingwood, you bunch of melts. We did it. Tell you what, Jesus, shout out. Sam Wall, shout out. But more importantly, I learned something today, right? Our fans, man, our fans in that chat, you fought hard. And I told you, fight hard in chat, because they'll feel it. They'll feel the energy from home. You stuck up to them. It was tough. It was tough because Collingwood were giving it in our own fan channel. but you fought hard. It's a great day today as well because I did my first shoey. And I've never done that. I've been wanting to do that since I've become Australian. So, honour, but honestly, that was... Shout out to Swoop Luke quietly because I've tried to get a few opposition guys to do the live with me and they've chickened out. So it takes balls, but to see him on the fan cam having a cry, we did that, boys and girls. We made someone else go full pom for a change.
Talk to me about that fourth quarter and you know where it came from. I mean, I feel like it just... I don't know. I didn't see it coming like that. I saw that we were digging deep. I saw that, you know, defensively we were just hanging on. The commentators were alluding to the same thing, but they just found something, and that's what we wanted.
Mate, sometimes you've just got to win, and like, I think soccer rivalries mean a lot more than AFL rivalries, and I mean that with all respect. But you watch any good soccer rivalry. Sometimes it's just will. Sometimes heart takes over. Sometimes determination takes over. And the boys just wanted it. Like, I felt, and I don't want to get emotional because I criticize everyone else for being emotional, so I feel like a hypocrite. I felt the spirit of Surge take over some of these boys, particularly Stocker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Particularly Stocker and Walsh. Like, they really invoked it.
All game.
That was beautiful, but in the fourth quarter, they really stood up. And it had to be done because there was times that we went to see David Teague, and he did that thing again where he wears his mask like this because he hasn't got a clue how to wear the mask. That was the boys, man. That was the boys. That they did that for Surge. I have no doubt in my mind. They did that because it meant something. People say this rivalry means nothing. What I saw in the fourth was guys who didn't deserve to be in the game take their chance. Yeah. And hopefully from now on, and it happens a lot of times, we don't deserve to be in the game, but somehow are. They take it. Shout out to Harry, though, in the fourth, because I was thinking he's going to have to present his review in my video with my shirt, but I'm going to have to sing his song. Harry, 4 goals, son. I backed you in. You did it for your Uncle Pom. Mate, we did it. Who cares? Like, honestly, let's not analyse this tactically because it was shit. But, but, man, sometimes all you need is a bit of heart, a bit of passion, a bit of Pom singing from the terraces. Maybe Carlton now need to make the phone call and make me in charge of chants because I think I got him over the line. But man, that was tough to watch. But fuck, we did it, man. We did it. I've broken Swoop. I did it.
It's a great day. Look, it was a good performance, and with the imminent news, we've heard about more cases and lockdowns and exposure sites. It's something we can enjoy, and we can actually watch the week.
You can lock us down for the rest of my life. If you promise me we beat fucking Collingwood every fucking time. Tell you what, I'll never leave the house. I'll do online shopping. I'll never talk to a twat again. I don't care. Because Swoop's fucking crying. He texted me and said, I can't wait to see your sexy arse in a Collingwood Guernsey. Well, this one's for you, Swoop. Look at this shit. You can fuck right off. Melbourne's blue, baby. Fuck you, Swoop. Fuck you, Swoop. Fuck your fans. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. You doubted us. J-Sauce is the man. Put some respect in the name. Someone in the comments said J-Sauce wouldn't play reserves for Collingwood. Enjoy it, dickhead. Enjoy it.
All right, Pom. Mate, it's a lot of energy to take in. Love ya. Great job today. You were phenomenal. I don't know how you did it, but enjoy it, mate, and have a drink.
Tell you what, I am going to get absolutely smashed tonight. Honestly, the best night of my life was when my wife does that special thing on our honeymoon. Second only to seeing Harry Mackay's fourth quarter. That's something I want to see again.
Good on you, brother. Love ya.
Love you, boys and girls.
He's out of control. Gavin Whelan with the $8 dono says, thank you, Sam Walsh and JSOS, for holding this club together. That's a very, very good point. Ulgur with an 8 says, Sam Walsh, 3 votes. Harry Mackay with the Coleman medal. Love it. He was phenomenal in that 4th, and he needed to be. And Gox with the $15 dono. Thanks very much. But let's move on. Let's get Nick and Michelle, who would have been at the goals, behind the goals. Cheers, guys. The cheer squad.
To Surge.
Spot on. Very well said.
First of all, Pom, it's called decaf, mate. Far out. No, look, I share the sentiments of Pom and yourself. I would also like to reiterate what Pom said. Let's not analyse the tactics and the strategy and the structure because it was deplorable. Imagine being a bang ordinary side, playing terribly for 3 and a bit quarters and still winning by 5 goals. Imagine if we just had any semblance of structure, any semblance of cohesion between the lines of defence, midfield and forward. They might actually look all right sometimes.
Can you believe that? That was pure heart. No structures.
Nothing but. And that's what we've got to focus on for the week. And that is the review. That is what will come out. Heart. Jack Silvani had me in tears. You were in tears.
Yeah, I think.
And then when he took that mark,
do you want to tell them what happened?
No, you can.
When Jack took his mark, I got so excited I actually farted. You've heard it, no, legitimately, and it was bad. I got pretty excited and a little thing fell out. So when people say like, oh, I shit myself or whatever, I know that could be a real thing.
It happened. It happened.
Yeah, but no, look, it's remiss not to mention Sam Walsh.
Yes.
His 39 touches is now his highest ever. We've run out of superlatives. Samuel Peter Walsh is just ridiculously good. But I don't think there's someone who I think might not get in everyone's votes is Liam Jones. Only had 8 touches. All of them are intercepts, including 4 intercept marks in the second half. And I thought his last quarter especially just totally nullified any forward 50 sort of benches they had. And I thought he was a massive, massive reason we got over the line in the last quarter. But, mate, it sure beats the alternative.
That's the thing. I think as angry and frustrated as we all, I'm sure we're getting, it's all fine when they have one quarter like that and they lift. And when the game was there to be won and lost, which is really all that matters, they dug deep. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried. I was like, at halftime, I'm thinking, is this really the spirit that Serge helped build the club on? And then Collingwood got out a little bit more, and I'm thinking it just doesn't make any sense. Like, how can they not play for this? And anyway, that's nonsense now because they did it, and that's all we can.
You talk about that heart, and early on there was a few bad signs. So Sard went down early, Nunes went down early, Williams, who seems to be made of glass, he went down again. All these guys getting hurt. Adam Sard in the second quarter, I saw him trying to chase. It might have been Noble out of our defensive 50. Out of 50, sorry, he's trying to chase, and I thought, he just couldn't chase. In the last quarter, he didn't seem any hindered. It was pure heart. Those sort of players just, no, I'm going to make the decision to reach each contest. Guys like Dow and Kennedy and these sort of guys through the midfield chose and willed themselves to each contest. I thought they were magnificent when it counted, and maybe there's a pulse at our club after all. If there's, we'll be honest, I think we said it. Early on, we kind of said, we might even lose to North. You'd take a loss to North over a loss to this mob. That's what means more to us.
Of course. I think that's right.
When it really, really was on the line, they stood up and did what was needed.
Fuck Collingwood.
Yeah, fuck Collingwood.
To Serge,
giving the Collingwood cheer squad vibes.
Love it. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much. Love ya. That's brilliant. Stuart McQuaid, nothing wrong with being emotional, Pom. I was, especially watching JSOS after the game. Brownlow and Coleman this year could be. Now, that was very heartwarming. And at the end of the day, I mean, the way I see the club, like, we're an emotional club. It's part of who we are. Serge, the immigrant, the blue-collar worker, maybe not the overly skilled, but the hardest worker in the team, that kind of thing. That's the foundations of what this was all built on. So I can't help but feel that emotion. Let's go to Paul Sebastiani. Hello, sir.
Get it up, you mate! Get it up, you!
First, respects to Serge Silvani of Buonanima, as we say in Italian. God bless his soul.
Yes.
Big win for the boys today and for him. So it was a big week for the footy club, Terry. Massive week for the footy club. I think the last quarter really embodied the spirit of the monogram, didn't it? A will and a hunt and a fight for the contest. And I was quite bullish at quarter time. But I just think we needed to really perform. Look, I mean, all the analysis and all that, we can put that to a side for one moment and just. I think it was just a touching tribute in the last quarter that Jack went up for that specky, took it, and then after the siren, you saw him, tears rolling down his face, and obviously he pointed to the sky during the game when he kicked his goal, and it was just it was a nice touch. It was a nice touch to feel some fabric stitched back together at the football club, Terry. Yeah,
I think obviously it would have been great to be there. The last time we beat them, I remember the roar in the crowd. But nevertheless, it wasn't about us. It was more about the win. The win, more importantly than anything, is I think what matters. And as the fans, you want to know that your boys have the same love and obsession that you do as a fan.
Of course, and I think we saw that today, and it's not about what you've done for the last three quarters. I mean, when you're in it up to your eyeballs at 3/4 time, and I think we started to get on top, and it was look. I mean, now we can sort of go to the analysis side of things. I think sort of Teague outdid Rob Harvey in the second half there, so cut off the corridor well, and we moved the ball much better in that second quarter, and we're able to isolate Harry much better, and he was enormous in the last quarter, but it was just nice to do it for Serge. I had this ugly feeling this week that it wasn't going to happen, but it's just nice to have one of these big sentimental wins, given what's happening with the lockdown and all that crap. So and look, I mean, Sam Walsh. What is amazing about him is that the knock on him coming into this year, and I think when we drafted him, was that people are questioning whether or not he's a match winner. I think we can rest that case now, can't we?
It's done now.
Yeah,
Well, what's the case? What I mean, genuinely, now whether he makes the team or not, it's hard because he's a midfielder, but where does this put him in the context of the league for the All-Australian at the moment?
Oh, he's a lock-in for All-Australian, you'd think. I mean, I don't think there are many players like him in the competition. And I think what's amazing for him is that he looks faster, and he's somehow improved his kicking. If you notice that, like he's actually gone to another level. So I think it's to be expected though when he's young and he's still developing. So, and look, shout out to Matt Kennedy, who was mate. You talk about embodying the spirit of Serge and what it means to play for the monogram. Bloody hell, mate! He was. Look, I had a big knock on him at the start of the year with his VFL form, and he came into the side and he wasn't as good. And I thought, geez, mate, this is just what we're going to get from him. He's going to come up into the AFL side. He's just going to be one of those 50% players, again at VFL level and an average at AFL level. But look, he's turned a corner the last sort of month and a half, and he's been fantastic for us. So, and to do it without Cripper as well. And I was actually, I don't know about you, but I was actually more confident going into the game without Cripper. I don't know why. It just felt like there was a weight off the shoulder of, I think, the club and the boys, and it was more like, okay, well, now that he's not there, we know that we have to step up a notch, and structurally and around the football, we have to be much more switched on than what we may be when he's there. So, look, the boys stepped up in midfield, and I think there were a few moments in the last quarter where you had, Walsh kicked the goal, Jack took the mark, and Stocker's massive hit on my check late the game. That was
bravo, Reto, bull.
That's why we've got him in the side, mate. I mean, that's why we recruited him, that competitive edge. And look, I mean, I was a bloody emotion a roller coaster of emotions throughout that game. And, you know, I thought when DeConning turned that ball over inside defensive 50, I was like, oh my God, it's happening again. Here we go. But kudos to them. They held their nerve in the last. And what we didn't do last week was take the most of our opportunities. We did that in the last quarter. We went inside forward 50. We looked dangerous every time we went in there. And, look, you know, the only thing I'll say is to finish on this is that they did it for Surge.
They did, mate. Well said. Great VF Carlton Reserves mid-season review. Looking forward to the jumper punch on this one.
Yes,
and
we're going to be recording. We're going to be recording tonight as well. So yeah, I think it'll be a big one come Tuesday. So look out.
Bravo, mate. Speak to you soon.
No worries. Have a good one. Enjoy. Go,
you, mate. Kira.
Hey, Tez. How good?
How good was that?
Oh, it was so good. And I was so worried because when it got to like nearly quarter time and we hadn't kicked a goal, I was like having heart palpitations. And then when Jack kicked that goal and they all got around him, I knew that it meant a lot to them. I was worried that it didn't, but I knew that it meant a lot to them. So, what a weight lifted off all our shoulders.
I feel like there was definitely, once he kicked the goal, I feel like there was a lift with the rest of them. And that kind of got us to half time. And then the third quarter, I just wasn't sure. The turnovers, I mean, the way we turned the ball over, Kira, oh my God. But like, you know, Pommy and Paul have just said, it's not about tactics today. It was about heart and spirit. I don't know. How'd you see that in the fourth?
Oh, 100%. I was losing my marbles at Harry. I was like, where are you, Harry?
Yeah.
In the last quarter, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? He's like playing amazing. But I was ready to kill Harry at one point. But it was just when the individual players needed to stand up, they stood up. Matt Kennedy, amazing. Walsh, there's no words for that man. He's amazing.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he sure
is.
Hey,
I want to ask you, I think Matt Kennedy has really started to show something over the last, let's say, a month or so. What do you think about him playing on next year and getting a contract?
He needs a contract, 110%. Needs to play next year. He's in our best 22. He helped big time today without Cripper. He needs a contract next year.
Yeah, I thought he and Walsh, I thought there were quite a few of them that had their quarter or had their moments, but I thought he and Walsh and maybe Jack's in there as well and Wiedering, I thought they, for every quarter, they showed something. And I was just, these are the types of games I feel like you really endear the fans.
100%. I was worried they wouldn't play with heart because if anyone could let us down, I was worried that it was going to be Carlton, but they just didn't. And I'm very, very proud. My dad's Collingwood and he's making fun of me next to me. He's like banging his heart. Oh, if it was Collingwood, go away.
He can go watch Swoop Luke's stream for all we care.
Cry. It was amazing, Terry.
No, it was. Before I let you go, what do you say about Sam Walsh? What's there left to say?
There is no words for that man. I love him. Seriously, we need to throw every bit of money we have. We don't want any more paper bags, but I'd give that man a paper bag.
Absolutely. No, we'll do it above board. Hello. Nice to see you. Hello.
She's Esther. That's my sister. Go away.
Yeah. We're all up and about. Well, Kira, love it. Love hearing you come on the fan cams. Love seeing you. Hope to see you again. And hope you enjoy the win.
You will. Go Baggers. Enjoy, guys.
See you, legend. 1 second, Beachy. Barbs, this is why we stick with the club. Love the Blues and all the fans here. Vale Surge, the team still remembers how to lift for a hero. Absolutely. Very well said. Very, very well said. Chris Beach, hello, sir.
You have no idea how much this means.
Yes.
Seriously, anyone that doesn't support Carlton, you have no idea what this means. Okay? Serge is dead. Okay, first of all, yes, RIP Serge. This win is for you. Absolutely. Yeah, this is a win that means a lot. I recently found out that I'm stuck in quarantine after getting exposed to COVID against Geelong. So this has a little bit more of a personal factor for me as well. But to see Jack cry, I'm in the same boat as him. People have no idea what this means. They have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, it is more than a game. It's more than a game. It's the Carlton fans we're built a little different. We're built a little different, where we feel a little bit different. I think the drought hurts us more. There's a generation that are missing what the previous generation have passed on to them with stories and legends and names and moments. And obviously this season just hasn't gone to the way that we were expecting and whatnot. But, there are certain games and there are certain emotional extrinsic factors that come into play. And I think today was one of those.
Absolutely. It's been a crazy day today, just watching that all unfold. That last quarter, I'm surprised I still have my voice after that last quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you about who was your best, your best couple that stood out to you?
Bam Bam and Walsh. Easy for me. Yes, H had a quiet game. He stepped up in the final quarter. Great. Jack Silvani stepped up as well. He had extra motivation either way. That mark that he took, I was up for that. And then everything else just played out like it was some sort of poem. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I think it'll be an emotional vote count on tomorrow night for the show. I think everyone will have a spot for Jack.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well said, Beachy. Listen, you stay on top of your head. Obviously, you've got a line of messaging. There's so many Carlton fans who happy to chat with you. And if you need anything, obviously reach out. Stay together. Who knows what's happening next in Victoria, but we'll enjoy this one tonight for sure.
Absolutely, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Yeah. Well done, mate. Well said. For those of you trying to get in, just to let you know, there is a 12-person limit in the waiting room. That is full right now. If you want to wait maybe, another 15, 20 minutes, we'll be going for a while today because I'm going to be soaking up every little damn second of this. You bet your bottom dollar. And I just got a little message to give you all from Swoop Luke, who obviously had some words to say during the week.
Carlton fans, this one's for you. Blue Abroad, this one's for you. Almost Blues Brothers, this one's for you. Don't ever forget, I'm the Swoop King. I'm the prodigal son. Begin.
Imagine putting that online. Anyway, the people are screaming out for Rocco, so I'm going to give the people what they want. Rocco, are you ready to go, mate? Rocco. He's not ready to go. So we're going to go to Willem, our video editor.
How you doing?
Talk to me, brother. We've got a lot of content to create this week, my friend.
We have a lot of content. Look, I have never been more nervous to go into a game. I couldn't sleep last night, really. I was that nervous. Never been like that for any game, really. I've kind of always had that little bit of confidence, but so many nerves. And then you get those 3 quarters, put on those nerves, and you're just like sent to a whole nother dimension. Like, oh, Tez, it was something else. Having those nerves were just like, do they care was the main question for me. And then the second question was, has the Collingwood and Carlton rivalry just ended? That was my question at the end of the third quarter. I was just like, so is Essendon now arch rivals? Like, is Collingwood not really? Because I just didn't see them show up. There wasn't there was no hatred. There was no, I want to hurt them. It was like we were just playing against them. Another game, playing against another competition. And that was that. And then that fourth quarter couldn't prove me wrong anymore. Like, it made me so happy seeing that little tussle in the middle of the ground. Oh, it's exactly what you want from the boys.
Yeah. I mean, it just gives you, because there's been such a disappointment throughout the year, then you start questioning oh wow, do these milestone games, these important games, these moments that come, these emotional things, is the message getting through to them? And I think there was a serious question from the fans this week, but mate, we're back. Well, as in, I think there's no I don't think there's a carry on in terms of, we're making finals or anything like that, but just to know that they're committed to the club, I think is very important.
Oh, yeah. And through all the content creation that we've done, I've just gone through all the Carlton Collingwood games, nearly every single one. And I've seen how they were and how much passion was in it and how they wanted to hurt each other. And I think that's why I went into this game being like, let's see if they can do it. And especially for Serge, I was most nervous because I was so worried that at the end of the game, the Carlton marketing were going to spin it some way and it was going to look terrible because we'd lost the game. But I'm so happy that the boys pulled through. I mean, a massive shout out to Kennedy. I thought he played so well. Sorry, I'm getting a bit red. I'm like that passionate.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate.
Yeah, I love Walshy. I just thought he was so great. And my absolute soft spot for Stocker. You know I love him. That boy. Oh,
very, very, very well said, mate. Well, listen, I look forward to seeing what you put together this week. I think you're going to have that extra pep in your step to get some stuff together. Guys, please give it up for Willem. Willem, where can we find you, mate? Because you have been doing some phenomenal video editing work for us at the channel on Instagram and for the previews and whatnot. Where can we find you?
On Instagram, on TikTok, it's Works of Willem Bow. But yeah, you'll see a video coming very soon, and I'll be giving it to those absolute chokers.
Love it, mate. Thanks so much for coming on.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Des.
See you, brother. Dynamic Hypnotic with the 5 says, does anyone know if there's a GoFundMe to Stocker for smashing Myercheck's head in? I'd be happy to get around that. I'm down. Sign me up. Let's go to the USA. We've got a bloke in Arizona. Adam, what's going on, mate?
Oh, I'm very happy about that. I'm really, man, I'm relieved mostly. It was such an important game considering what the club has been through the last week. Had to win that. Absolutely had to win that. And, oh, man, did we fucking do it?
It's so funny because the preview of the week was of all of us saying, me, like the little clip, it was like, oh, when is the trend of losing going to end? And then the perfect ending was with you. And it was like, I don't know, man. And I'm just happy for you that you got to see, because how long have you been supporting Carlton for?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half. So you haven't seen a win against Collingwood. It's very important for you to see a win against Collingwood.
You know what? Actually, the first time I actually came on here was after the loss against Collingwood last year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, we need this. Like, we totally needed this, Yeah. And J Sauce, how about, man, that hanger? I need a wallpaper. I need a wallpaper for that.
I think we can organise it. There's something very special, and I'm not sure if you've done the background research on the Silvani family. I'm sure you're aware that there's 3 generations and whatnot. But Serge, for me, and obviously I'm 30, so I never watched Serge play. I barely watched Stephen play because of my age. But Serge represented just the immigrant, hardworking man. And that's really the foundations of what the club were built on. And he, obviously given us so much service as captain and, a couple of premierships and a couple of children who ended up playing for the club. And it was so important today. So I hope that it hasn't gone lost on you.
Oh, absolutely not. I think everybody that has to do with Carlton made a point, about what Serge meant to the club and, what this week meant. We just needed something to be proud of. And, we got over the line against Collingwood, a team that's beaten us, 4 straight times. So, and our biggest rival. Come on.
Absolutely. Mate, before I let you go, any final passing words to the Collingwood faithful from Arizona?
Fuck them.
Good on you, brother. Love ya.
Have a good one.
Fuck them. That's brilliant. Rocco, get your ass on here, mate. Get over here, Rocco.
Me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate. What's going on?
All right, fuck those pies. They can go and get stuffed, mate. All of them, Swoop, all of them can go and get stuffed, mate. A bunch of pretenders they are, mate. That was absolutely superb.
You're, I don't know what's going on with your internet, but you're cutting out a little bit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
You're just cutting out a little bit, but continue.
Maybe I'll try going in here. Can you hear me better now?
I actually can, yes.
All right, I've got close. I was just in the studio. The boys are coming around, so we'll be take the jumper punch tonight. So it's probably going to be an emotional show tonight. So that should be good. But like I was saying, fuck those pies. What a bunch of pretenders. We are crap, and they lost to us. How bad are they? Fuck them all. I hope they all get caught by the fucking police tonight. I hope they all get caught for stepping outside of their jail tonight. Bloody hell, that was good, eh?
I mean, mate, when you first came on to the fan cams, I'll never forget you talking about you got to take your moments and whatnot, and when the time comes, who's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it was all about in the fourth quarter. Just will.
They did that, and if you look at it, before that, it was a terrible game. It was a terrible game, you know. But there was that little bit of a feeling that, you know, maybe something can happen here. And then I'm telling you, look at the last quarter, and there's 20 moments, isn't there? You can build something from those moments. You know what I mean? You can build something from those marks, those goals. Harry steps up in the last quarter when you don't see him. You know what I mean? Walsh, you know, you're always worried that someone like Walsh is that good that one day he's just not going to be good anymore. But he's proven, man. He's a gun, man. He's a leader. Wiedering steps up, you know. And it's Stocker, when he gave the hip and shoulder, mate, that was the best moment, man. Oh, I just seen that Collingwood player on the ground like a wounded magpie. It was beautiful, mate. It was beautiful, man. I'm telling you, there's still a lot of work to do, but let's not spoil it. Let's enjoy this, man. This is a good week to walk around, maybe build something for next year, yeah?
I think so too. I think that's the most important thing. We've got to build some momentum going into next year, and it starts with an emotional win like today.
Yep. And builders, like, they stepped up, you know, like Dow stepped up, you know, naturally Walsh and Kennedy. Well, Kennedy, I have to say, deserves another contract, doesn't he?
I think so. I think a game like today and in the last month, I think so. I think he works hard enough.
Yep. No, he definitely does, and this is what we've got him in there for. We want a strong body there to help Cribs and that, you know, definitely. But man, I was pumping the air, man. All you know, for the second half of the year, I've been a little bit like, oh, whatever has, but I was pumped. I was pumped tonight, man. And then watching the live feed with Pommy and Swoop, and he's a good fella, Luke, but fuck, nothing but misery for him. When he just sat there in the last quarter and said, man, nothing but pleasure was going through my body. That was the best.
100%.
Just suffer.
100%. We do love Luke for putting
going to be huge, man.
Yeah. No, I look forward to it. Bro. Listen, you go and enjoy it. Thanks for coming on, and we cannot wait for Tuesday night.
It's going to be big, man. The limoncello, I've already put it in the fridge. It's not cool, man. I reckon we're going to drink a few shots tonight. Fuck it. We're going hard tonight.
Enjoy it, brother.
See you, mate.
What a legend. Stuart has come back again with the 5. He says, Serge is at the right-hand side of God tonight, beaming with pride because Serge is a blue legend and God secretly backs for Carlton. I hope that's true. I really do. Let's go with Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Yo!
We hate Collingwood. We hate Collingwood. Fuck the lot of them.
The lot of them can get fucked, mate.
Stick that up, yeah. Go the Baggers.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I was so mad at halftime. I was so mad at him.
Look, my husband took this little monkey for a walk,
Okay,
and
hello.
I lost my mind. Literally lost my mind. And I'm glad he decided to come home because it kind of settled down after halftime, and we kind of just went whoosh in that last quarter. I wasn't expecting it. I had my workmate call me going, I told you the Baggers are coming.
They dug deep. Talk to me about the emotions when you see, well, first of all, Jack kicks the goal, but then you see Jack crying. And like, obviously we don't know Jack personally, but there's a different kind of connection from the fans to Jack. And I think he knows, I think he's aware. That melted me.
I cried.
Yeah.
I actually had tears, and it's emotional for everybody, not just the Silvani, or especially the Silvani family, but all the Carlton family, because Serge has been such a huge part of the football club for so many years. To lose him was obviously a shock, but I can't imagine how Jack was feeling. And when he pointed to the sky, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. And you're right in saying that it changed. The momentum changed, and something changed in the boys, and they just clicked into gear after that, and something just happened.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a circuit breaker, and it seemed, I don't know, I could be totally off the mark, but it just seemed like that goal was because there's an argument to be made that they haven't played with love and passion, but you can't not get around Jack when he kicks that goal. And I think that started something.
100%. And you know what? I don't care how we win. If we win ugly, we win ugly. But that was beautiful. It's the most beautiful, ugly game I've ever watched.
Absolutely. Spot on. What's on the cards for tonight? Because it looks like we're going to be home for a while here in Melbourne.
Well, put the feet up and watch the replay. Because,
Are you
it's
going to
always
watch it from the beginning,
time.
or are you going to watch it from 3/4 time?
I'll watch it from the beginning. Get angry at him again, and then just celebrate all over again. Why not? Got nothing else to do.
No, I feel you. Listen, Shan, love having you on. I'm so happy that we're here talking positively and not negatively and sad and angry. Enjoy the rest of your night and go the fucking Baggers, mate.
Go the fucking Baggers and stick that up, you swoop, Luke.
Disclaimer, we love Luke, but it's just all part of the banter. Gavin with an $8 dono says, nothing better than beating Collingwood. Go Baggers. I'm enjoying this win. They actually showed some heart. Absolutely. Well said. Riley Starray. Hello, sir.
Hey, how fucking good was that? Half time, my fucking God. I think I commented that first half I was down. I was ropeable. We all were. But I think after halfway through the third quarter, the spirit of Carlton of old started to reverberate within us, and they just got on a roll. And it's in what was a massive week for the club, and Serge Silvani was a champion of Carlton. There was some real signs today, for players that we think are going to be fantastic for us, that are going to be champions of Carlton. Let's just begin. Sam fucking Walsh is the best player in the AFL. I don't give a fuck about Bonton Smelly or fucking Zachary Merritt or, whoever. Sam Walsh is a lord. He is a lord. Jacob Wiedering. He's a lord. Jacob Wiedering's the best defender in the AFL. I don't care what anyone says. He was outstanding again today. And Harry Mackay, who had such a dirty day, delivery didn't help him. But after, 3/4 time, champions step up in big moments. And he's kicked 4 goals in the final quarter and took that game by the scruff of the fucking neck.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was heart. That was all heart. And, I think what impressed us most was that we always talk, you talk football, you talk tactics and that sort of thing, but ultimately with footy, when it's your turn to go, it's your turn to fucking go. And they fucking went when we needed to. And we out-hunted them, we out-hit them, and dumping that pipsqueak and Maya check from Stocker in the last minute, how good was that?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's so good. I'm giddy. I was like a scrambled egg of emotions, just like it's just so hard. It's so hard to watch them at times, but that if they just give you a quarter where they dig deep, you're going to fall back in love with them. And it's literally what a family is. Families fight, families have disagreements, families hate each other in one moment, but they never give up on each other. And it just had a real remnants of that.
It did, mate, 110%. I think I commented a couple of plays, and I maintain it. That first half, I thought, in a lot of ways, was embarrassing at times. Just the lack of pressure at certain scenarios, and just the way we were playing. Some of the worst football we played this year. But you know what? We turned it around. On field, they turned it around. They turned this game. And, you know, for what has been such a disappointing year, we needed something like that as a fan base. And, you know, everyone's mentioned it, but the way Jack Silvani played today, after the circumstances of the week, it's one of the gutsiest performances you're ever going to see. It's a full credit to him, and, you know, shows the makeup of the bloke. It was a most day. It's one to savour, and we're going to remember for a fair while.
Yeah. We haven't yet spoken tonight about Wiedering as captain. How did you find him?
I'm going to make a couple of observations here. I think he was a natural. He commanded that side. And I'm not saying we are certainly a better midfield with Cripps, but that was the most explosive we've looked in the midfield in a fair while. Just some different form. I mean, we saw Zach Fisher back in there for the first time in a long time. There was just some different variety, paddied out, some explosion from stoppage. It was good to see. Matt Kennedy, I don't think there's a question. He's earned another contract.
Yep.
I think he's probably, you know, if he keeps going this way the rest of the year, he's probably earned maybe a 2-year deal, possibly. Who knows? He was outstanding. I think, you know, Eddie Betts, you know, we talk about he's about 4,000 years old, but it doesn't matter if you're 4,000 years old when you play like that. Just in big moments, he stood up today. You know, couple of crucial goals. That I reckon that pass to Martin could go down as one of the kicks of the year. Yeah. I know Martin, but it was one of the kicks of the year. Just the vision. It was and Liam Stocker is just he's another player that just screams to me in the future a natural leader. He just goes in and he cracks in and he just get on my back. It was the players today, and it was much needed. And I think the best way I can sum up today with a final word is get a big dog up, you Collingwood. You fucking deserve it. Fuck them all.
I'm with you, brother. Enjoy the fucking Kool-Aid. Well done on the stream Saturday morning. I can't wait to soak it up with you all week, mate.
No, mate, have a good one. And up the fucking baggers.
What a legend. All right, I've got Jimmy. Jimmy.
Terry, shades of 1970. Come back from behind to beat the bastards.
It had to be that way, didn't it?
And not just beat them by, you know, a few points. We beat them convincingly. We stuck the foot on the accelerator and hammered them. And it's the first time I've seen them, you know, a screamer, that, you know, a hanger, finally that actually stuck and taken, and then to send it to Mackay and actually convert it in the end. It's been years since I've seen something like that happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Wiedering captain in first game, got the silverware in the end. It looked good on him.
Hey, I think it suits him.
It was finally great to see them all lift. A game that meant something. You know, I've seen milestones like Simo's last game. They couldn't convert. They couldn't do it. And finally, something that meant something to the club, they finally got up and actually made it happen. It's been a long time.
It has. And I think for a year where we've been starved for so much, we just kind of wanted something to be proud of. I think the Essendon game was a good day at the footy and all of that. But the idea of, you know, losing to Collingwood twice, and I know there's a notion out there of, oh, you shouldn't just want to beat Collingwood in a year because that's loser talk. I'm sorry, I disagree. There are certain games and traditions that I think we have to carry on from the past, and I think this is one of them.
Hey, you know, Swoop was on about that in the cams earlier, and seeing him just fall apart like anything was great.
It was great because it's been me that he's been clipping in his reviews, and it's been me that's been running my mouth the last 3 times, and it was good to finally get one back on him. I mean, listen, fair play to Luke, because it's very difficult to put yourself out there, and you know people are going to come at you in the DMs and all of that. So I want to give him some fair play, but at the same time, I love it, and he can handle it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great game. Finally, good to see him get up, especially that every one of us poor bastards that were at the game last week, we're wondering what was going on. with all COVID going on, but fuck COVID and fuck Collingwood.
100%, brother. What do you got on for the rest of the night?
Just enjoying it.
Yeah. Get the replay on, pour yourself a nice cup of tea, and enjoy your Sunday evening, my man.
You too, mate. Have a good one.
All right. Take it easy. What a start. I've got Andrew Simons. Hello, sir. You're going to have to take yourself off mute, mate. I can't hear you. Just take yourself
How's
off
that?
mute.
We're
I
all
can
good?
hear you, mate. How you doing, Andrew?
Cheers, mate. Good,
Cheers.
buddy. Cheers. Go the Mighty Blues.
Go the Baggers, mate. Boom.
What a game, eh?
They lifted.
Yep. And like so many times we've been there where we've seen, they come like the first two, and then it gets in their head, and then they just lose it from there, and then we lost the game by 2 points or something. I had visions of that happening. I'm thinking this can't be it. This can't be it. Surely not. And I was there with Pom, smashing the chat, trying to get the boys to challenge them to do well, and it was so good to see them lift. And I don't know. I reckon Teague must have had a bit of a spray at them at the third quarter break because they were a different team on the fourth quarter.
Well,
whether they contacted Sergio in the rooms there, I don't know, but they did something, and I'm so happy for Jack and for all the family, and it's been a tough week for them, so they needed a bit of joy.
Yeah, no, I think that's very well said, and it's just such a relief to not be in a situation after a game where we're saying, "Oh, you let Surge down and you didn't play with the spirit of Surge." It's just because that would hurt even more in a year where it's just been difficult for the fans, and I'm sure the players are hurting as well. They haven't played to their expectations and all of that, but it's just so important that they played the way they played in the fourth quarter today.
Yeah, and I think mentally and psychologically, it's going to lift. It's going to give them the lift they need now to get that belief system, solidified within the team, and to see them play as a team for once. They all came together, and they weren't playing in isolation. They were pulling together and relying upon each other, which what a team should do in a crucial time of the game, and they did it. And you just see what happens. It's not rocket science, is it?
Yeah, no, spot on, mate. Spot on. Are you going to be enjoying the replay after this?
I'm actually going to have a celebratory dinner with my daughter. I'm in Perth at the moment.
Okay.
Spent 12 years in Melbourne, but find ourselves in Perth now. So I'm a Blue abroad, but we contact the fans over here when the game day is on over here, and we have a good time. And it's a good community to be a part of, and I love you. I love your channel. I love everything you do. I was there with Palmer during the game, and it's just a good thing to have when you're not actually in Victoria.
No, mate, that's very humbling. I'm glad that we can have some sort of a mechanism to connect, and that seems like it's working. So, listen, great to see you on the fan cams. I don't think I've had you on
first
before.
time. First time. I've been a bit shy, but I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Fuck it, mate. You're welcome to come on anytime.
Good on you, buddy.
Good on you, mate. Take it easy.
Up the Baggers. Go Blues.
You know it. Costa Melachridis says, all we ask from the boys is a bit of heart, and they showed it. LFG, which for those who don't know means let's fucking go. Let's absolutely go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 in the waiting room. I'm going to put the link in one more time for anyone that wants to jump in. We're going to be a little bit quicker now because we've been going for an hour. I'm going to put a link in the comments right now. If you make it, you do. Like I said, it's capped at 12. We will play the Swoop Luke video one more time, but maybe not just yet. Let's move on. I have got Maddie here. Maddie, hello.
Hey, Tez.
How you doing?
Stressed. After that.
They don't make it easy on us even when they win.
No, they don't. Finally, only took 6 years or so.
Yeah. 2017, when Daisy was playing, was the last time, and it's such a shame that we didn't get to be there. But anyway, the main thing is they won.
No, because the Peter Mac Cup, Surge, everything. There's a bit in it. for me, with being the Peter Mac round and just being there. But as my dad said, that mark that Jack took, that absolute hanger, he just screamed. It goes, "That's Silvani." That mark is Silvani. It's just,
he played with his Nord spirit today, and
he absolutely did.
I mean, there was some talks early in the week about, we should make Jack Silvani captain for the day. I thought that was really off the mark because that's the last thing he needs to be doing and having as an added pressure. The week. I don't think that was the right call. Yeah.
And I loved Wiedering as captain.
Yeah.
I thought he's absolute leader. He absolutely led the team and really pushed them. You saw in the huddles that he actually he was getting into them.
Yeah.
And it was something we really needed.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved him. And when Jack took that goal, and I just at the end he was crying, and I was crying.
Bless. No, I feel you.
Yeah, it was. We needed it. It was absolutely needed win, and thank God we got there.
Yeah, no. Well said, matey. Well said as always. Listen, I hope to see you at a game at some point for the rest of the year. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but if not, I'll see you next week on the fan cams.
Okay, thanks.
See ya. Dynamic Hypnotic on fire with another $5 dono says, my wife touched the TV when Walsh hit that last schnag, and now she's pregnant and has completely lost her gag reflex. Hail the Messiah. That's a lot of information. Thanks for that, Dynamic. Oh my God. I've lost it. Jad.
Mate, that comment. Fucking
I've lost it.
That's the cherry on top, mate. That's it.
I should have read it before I put it on screen, but it is what it is.
Good call, man.
Hey, listen, I'm really keen to talk to you because this was a win for everyone, but I'm not singling out you, but you've been really strong on stay the course of the rebuild, and we went away from it and whatnot. Mate, to see Dow and Kennedy in there and the like, I honestly thought of you all day.
Oh, that's touching, mate. Yeah, that's the last few weeks. We spoke a bit after the games that we've won, and I said I felt like something has shifted. Maybe not the big shift we're all looking for, but little things are starting to just go into place. And like these wins of the last few weeks, even though they've been against poor sides. I've been the happiest with these wins than I've been in a long time with other wins because I feel like we're finally starting to do it, Terry.
Yes.
Little steps forward with the right mix, getting the wins, and that's I'm actually wrapped. I'm fucking wrapped.
Yeah,
they're all showing signs. Yeah.
I agree. I think Paddy Dow in particular, I mean, there's so many names that we can talk about, but Paddy Dow looks to have the confidence in the hips. And I remember Jack Silvani a few years ago, there was like a point where it sort of clicked, and I think he's still got some evolution to come, but there was a point where he didn't go to ground easy anymore, and he had that strength in the hips. And I think Paddy Dow finally now has that, and I think he's going to build from here. I think the next preseason is like massive for Paddy Dow.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And it's not only him, isn't it? It's like Kennedy's arrived all of a sudden. Kennedy's fucking bang. He's here. Stocker showing great things. It's all happening, man. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm really happy. And it was pleasing how they stood up without Cripper.
Yeah.
They didn't.
What do you say about that? Because there's like an unpredictability when Cripps is not there. And I don't know if subconsciously there's a little bit of Cripps is here, he'll do it. Whereas today it just was like, no, it's on all of you. You're banked into the corner and you've all got to do it now. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I definitely did. And it reminds me of a chat we had a while ago when we were talking about the safety net. And once that is removed, you find out a lot about players, about footballers. And I think that's exactly what's happened. Cripper's not there to save you, Dowie. Kennedy, Kerno's not going to run for you. It's on you guys. Show us what you've got. And these guys are all talented. Like, you don't get to the AFL if you don't have talent. So our group, I still do feel that we did stray from the rebuild and we're probably a little bit behind, but it's finally starting to click. And as for Cripper, I think it opens the door for a new role for him, man. Because, as you said, we look a lot more unpredictable without him there. And who knows, maybe it opens up a new door for him. Maybe he can split his time more. Maybe he can do some ruck work. I don't know. They'll figure it out. But I'm really pleased to see. Really pleased. I'm really pleased. I'm really bloody pleased. And it's looking each week. It looks like we can go past players like Curnow quicker, Nunes quicker. These guys look outdated now, and it's nothing against them, not at all. It's just they look outdated.
Not at all. It's. I think Curnow in particular, who's given us such great service. But I'm with you. There needed to be okay. We need to move forward with the next group. You know, and that's not to say that Ed can't work hard enough to build himself into a different role next year and impact in another way, because I think he works hard enough. But I think it was important to say, listen, it's got to be Dow and it's got to be Kennedy and it's got to be Walsh moving us forward. And who knows, you got to make some room for Stocker eventually as well.
Yeah, 100% agree, man. And one other thing I wanted to touch on is Serge Silvani. This is why I wanted to jump on today, just to pay a little tribute to him, because he had a big impact on the Italian community for our club. But I don't know if everyone realizes that I'm Lebanese, so he actually his impact spread throughout lots of different backgrounds. Because if it wasn't for Serge Silvani, I guarantee you, I probably wouldn't be a Carlton supporter today. Because back in the day when he came, because after him, Carlton kind of became that club that foreigners supported.
Yes,
you know, like Carlton is sort of has a stigma of being that club that has a very multicultural following, and if it wasn't for Serge, you know, my family would never have latched on, and that's 100%. It wouldn't have become that club. So the impact that he had on our club in the entire AFL, and for everyone who's of multicultural, you know, descent, it's pretty amazing. It's incredible, and it's a sad week. But what a way to honour such a great man, because what he did is really, really, really important. And I would not be here if it wasn't for him.
Can you imagine passing away and leaving even half the legacy that Serge Silvani left? It's phenomenal.
It doesn't get any bigger. He's at the top. When you think about AFL legends, he's with them. He's with them up there. For everything he did, man. And for Jack, oh man, seeing Jack teary got me teary. And
Same.
that mark, you can't script that. Like, to take that mark. Oh, I got no words for it, mate. That's frame worthy. That's tattoo worthy.
Yeah. No, well said.
What a day. What a day. Before I go, mate, to the Pies, stick it right fucking up ya.
Absolutely, brother. Well said. Love you, brother. You have a good one.
Love you, mate. You too. Bye-bye.
See you, mate. Stuart, he's going ham. Another 5. He says, take this under consideration. 3 captains, 2 present and 1 former didn't play tonight, but 2 future captains / vice captains took the reins for our future. It's a very, very, very good sentiment there. Very, very well said. Christopher.
How you going, mate?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I got to be honest, it's a bit bittersweet tonight, Terry. I had a loss this week as well, not as serious as Serge losing your grandfather, but I lost my first ever pet today. Not today, sorry. On Tuesday.
Yeah.
A little
condolences, mate. That's a very strong connection.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. He's 1-year-old cat I had, little Francesco, and it made me. It's been a really hard week, and I was just thinking about, what it means, like, because I've done a lot of thinking, obviously, because they mean so much to you, and you go through all these emotions, and it made me realize, why Carlton is so special compared to all the other clubs. I think that it's the only club that really is a family. I think through all with the thing that happened with Jack and his family and what happened with me, we can always come back to the family that is Carlton. I don't really feel that with other clubs. It's more, just around the game. But with Carlton, it's like this. It's like the sport doesn't even the sport is just a game. The club is bigger than the sport, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And when I was, today I was really emotional during the game because, it really, especially at the end of the game, I was so happy. Even though this week was absolutely terrible, worst week of my life, but having to celebrate with my dad and my family, and knowing that other people in celebrating was so comforting to me, and that's what Carlton means, to everybody. And I don't know you, Terry. I've talked to you 3 times, and we have a bond that just being the Carlton Football Club, we might not ever meet, but we'll always have that thing together, and I'll have with hundreds of thousands of Collingwood supporters, and it's just I'm just really grateful to the Carlton Football Club and its fans this week. So to all the Carlton fans out there, even though you think you're just supporting a club, but you're really, we're all a part of a family, and I might not meet any of yous, but you guys mean a lot to me. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, listen, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing and getting vulnerable. I think that's very, very noble of you. And I'm really humbled that you are coming on here and trust us here to sort of back you in, because that's exactly what's going to happen. But I think you're right. I think that's what separates the Carlton Football Club from the rest. It is that emotional connection. It is that family tie. It is Sergio Silvani to Stephen to Jack. And on a day like today, when you haven't had a good week, and obviously want to send condolences to you and your week, to be able to come here and just have 2.5 hours with the game to get your mind off it and be proud of something and make you smile somewhat, I think it's just so powerful. And you're right, it transcends the game. It really does. So, mate, I'm sending you a virtual hug. Where are you from?
I'm in Melbourne, man. I'm in Melbourne, in Berwick.
In Berwick. Well, mate,
Yeah.
if you're ever at a game, just holler out. We've got to get a beer. It's important.
Yeah, well, when COVID decides to stop screwing us around, it'd be good. But,
I think so.
Yeah, and also, I was on a couple of weeks ago. This is a good thing. Patrick Dangerfield has stolen my line. Remember, I said 2 weeks ago, Terry, Sam Walsh might be the best player ever. He stole it from me. He stole it from me, Terry. The bastard. I'm going to get him, the bastard. But look, thank you, Terry. Look, thank you so much, everyone, all the Carlton fans. I love you all. And hopefully we're going to come good. I promise. These kids are so good. Sam Walsh is going to be the greatest player ever. I was the one that said it first. Don't you forget it. And thank you, Terry, so much. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate it, mate. I hope I get to meet you soon.
For sure, brother. Take care of yourself.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
What a star. That's what it means. All right. J Barb says, what's black and white and green all over? Brody Myercheck picking himself up off the turf after getting laid out by Liam Stocker. Very good. Jordan White says, Walsh is trolling all of us. Check out his heat map from this game. Up the fucking bags. Well said. Well said. There's another one here from Joshua Blody. Vale Francesco, absolutely. Well said. And Stuart McQuaid again says, forget the interwebs. The 3 most important W's are Walsh, Wiedering, and win. Very, very well said. All right, let's continue. Young Zach.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? You got to turn your volume up a bit. I can barely hear you.
Oh, rightio. Is that all right?
Okay, we'll manage. How you doing, brother?
I'm very good after that win. I am really happy. First 3 quarters, it didn't look like I was going to be happy after it, but we got there in the end. And that
we
was
did.
Good.
What was it? What happened? What was the thing that you saw that changed?
I think it was just the team spirit, really. You know, they got around Jay Sauce and they just said, you know what, we're going to do it for you, mate. And it looks like they did.
They did, mate. They did. Hey, one thing we haven't spoken about with anyone tonight is the game of Tom de Koning, because he had his moments, as they all did, but I mean, Brodie Grundy is no grub. He's a great ruckman. What did you make of Tom's game?
Look, I think every week he just gets better and better, especially after Pitternet got injured. He really had that solo ruck role, and he's just, I think he's just been really, really good for us lately. He's had more pressure on him, more responsibility, and he's done well.
Yeah, spot on. It's hard because with a ruck spot, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to give him such responsibility so early. But at the same time, I feel personally like the next 5 weeks are so important for his preparation for next year, together with a preseason and hopefully, touch wood, hopefully an uninterrupted preseason. And I think he's ready to go 2022.
Me too. He's going to be that, that step after Cruiser, I think, for me. It looks like that. It looks like the next generation after Cruiser.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, for those of you watching, Zach is going to start writing for the website shortly. We're working on his craft. Young fella wants to get into the business. Happy to help you there, mate. You got three players that you watched today in the game. Who were they, and who are you writing about?
They were Adam Sard, Jack Silvani, and Sam Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did them because I thought, 3 players to watch out for this game based off the Geelong game. And to be honest, all 3 were really, really good, especially Walsh. He is just amazing. I've run out of words for him, honestly.
I don't know what you're going to write about him, because it's just you're going to start writing and then you're going to stop.
I know. I don't know what to say. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. No, good on you, mate. Look forward to it. That'll be on the website in the next couple of days, and we'll chat soon, mate.
See you,
my man. Nick Wishart, just a reminder, haven't seen the Pies fans this upset since a player of colour spoke out about their culture. Oof. Fucking let him have it, Nick. Fucking let him have it, Nick. Hayden.
Hello, Tez.
How you going, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Fucking fabulous.
Mate, I just want to say, first-time speaker, long-time listener. Love what you do.
Appreciate it.
Mate, just love it. Love to be on board. But let's get to the game. Mate, this game was terrifying because I know the whole year, every time we have a challenge, it just gets let down. Like, you're just left feeling like, what are we actually building? But the first half of the game, I was just feeling, it's happening again. We're playing like shit. We're not hungry for the ball. We're just letting them look like a good team, and they're not that good. They're not. But third quarter starts. We show a bit of dog. Matt Kennedy. I can't speak highly enough about him. His game and what he's done for our team since coming back. I've been on the hype train for him for ages. He is exactly what our team needed. Like, someone that has a bit of grunt, that can go get their own footy, take a contested mark. Like, I just don't know why we haven't been playing him. And I've been hearing it speaking about with the other fans. Crippo not being in the team, we're a better team with him playing, but him not being in the team allowed others to step up, like Matt Kennedy, like Paddy Dow. So I thought it wasn't actually a disadvantage to us overall as a whole, as like a growth for our group with him not playing.
Yeah, but I think there's a notion. I don't know if it's. I mean, I haven't spoken to Cripps and whatnot, but I wonder if he trusts, because he'd be a proud man. He wants to play injured and all of that. But we don't need him to play injured. I feel we've got guys that will step up.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I thought last week he's not. I love Cripper, and some people might think differently, but he's not our best player anymore. That's Sam Walsh.
Yes.
And last week and the week before, I've noticed maybe it's just because he was playing a bit injured. I don't know, but he was just trying to do less stuff, which is good for him. He's just doing the little 1%ers, making the others be better. Like, he put on blocks for Paddy Dow. Like, I don't know. I felt like he's either playing injured and can't do as much, or he's like said to himself that I need to do less for our team to grow. I don't. Yeah.
No, mate. No, I think there's a merit in that, and I hope there's a bit more trust moving forward. That if he's at like 90%, that he can trust his teammates to stick. Because I think that's also part of leadership, is being able to say, right, am I at my best? If I'm not, I've got to put my hand up.
Yeah, 100%. And fuck me, I cannot say enough good things about Sam Walsh. We don't deserve Sam Walsh. Like, he's that fucking good. Like,
Yes, we do. We've been through the shit. We deserve Sam Walsh, bro.
it's just fuck. Like, he's such a good player for us to have. Like, everything that you, like, couldn't say enough good things about him. Stocker, that hit on the end to my check was fucking good. Like, that was just, everybody just felt good from that. And my check was just left there in the dust. Stocker just kept running. Harry showed up big time at the end. I thought it was, I don't know, sometimes with Harry, for me, he tries to play off the free kicks too much.
Yeah.
He's a bit, like you see him like throw his body around a bit. Like, he's a big dude. Like, fucking just go mark it, you know? But yeah, I don't know.
I think they lifted when they needed to, and that's all we can ask for.
Mate, absolutely. I'm stoked. Like, it's just weekend so much better.
100%. 100%. Well, listen, man. I don't think I've had you on Fan Cams before, but great to see you on here.
I've been watching, but I was like, fuck, this is the time to jump in.
Well, I'm happy we've got a few newbies on. It's great to meet you, and hope to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Good to have a chat.
Before you go, can we have a mullet check, please? Can we please have a mullet check?
It's just it's just dirty.
Look at it.
Hey, nah. I can't rock a mullet like fish. That's nothing like that. But aspiring, we'll see.
I love it. Good on you, bro. Have a good one.
You too, mate. Enjoy.
What a star. Shane Gill, I felt our players had lost the passion since Stocker's first goal, but today when JSOS kicked that goal, it felt the Carlton of old was back. Very well said. Very, very well said. Lek Dog, hello,
what
sir.
Up? What's going on, my man?
I've poured my second cup of Kool-Aid. I might top it up a little bit more, and I'm ready to go.
You down that Kool-Aid, man. Get in. We deserve it.
We do. It's been a tough year.
It's been tough, but that was a good game. And if I had hair, I would have been tearing it out after that first quarter. But it's okay because we get the win, and it was never that far away. And Collingwood is shit, and we're not that much better. But we got the win. It ends up looking like a much better margin than it was. But I'm stoked. There's a few key points for me that stood out. It was when Liam Stocker kicked his goal. He was like willing the team to rev up. He was like people were trying to run past him. He was like grabbing him. He's like, no, let's do this. Like he is going to be an engine of our future. I mean, Sam Walsh. Everyone's spoken about Sam Walsh. When he was drafted, all the experts said that he might become a Joel Selwood type one day. It's too bad they undersold him so much because he's a million times better than that prick. And Matty Kennedy, since he came back into the team around the time Paddy Dow did, he's averaging 23 disposals, about 5 tackles, about 7 marks. I am so thankful that this is happening because I don't know why that we didn't want to play more than one inside mid back in the day, and then Cripps was really good at it, and that's why he commits so much because he thinks he has to do it all. He's been taught his entire career that he has to do it all. Now he doesn't have to. We've got Matt Kennedy. We've got Paddy Dow in there. We've got Stocker that can run through. We've got these guys that can help him. And we're better if Cripps is just a cog in the chain rather than the entire engine. Plus, it saves us from going out and doing something stupid like pay, Luke Dunstan, who's a free agent this season, who I had absolutely pegged as a 100% lock that we would pay him money to come to the club. Surely we don't have to do that anymore. And we're way better for it. And I wanted to shout out, of course, Tom De Koning, who struggled a lot in the first half. And he had that terrible turnover, which resulted in a goal. But he willed himself back into the game, kicked the next goal, and he was on top in that second half. He did a really good job.
There's something about throwing them in the deep end, which I'm a big fan of because you find out about the will and the makeup. And I think there were a few players today who made errors, But what I always look for is what do you do with the very next play? Like, what's the very next contest? How do you do it? And I think Tom was one of them. He made the stuff up, obviously, turned the ball over and gave up the shot in, the shot on goal and whatnot. But the very next contest he was a part of, he kicks the goal. And I think that's important. And I feel like we can wear those. We can wear those mistakes because of the response.
Yeah, I think 100%. I've been watching that show Ted Lasso lately, and in that they talk about being a goldfish because you've only got a memory of 10 seconds. It doesn't matter if you stuff up. And that's why I love Liam Jones, because he'll make a horrendous error, but the next play, he's flying at the pack. Like, he has no memory of what just happened. And I think it's a good thing. I think if players can... We've had to spend a lot of time with a lot of players who make a mistake. They get down on themselves and the head goes straight down and it never comes back up. But today we saw players put their heads up. Harry Mackay's one who didn't have a very good game overall and, didn't present really well at the ball, had no help. But when the opportunity presented itself, he, kicks whatever it was, 3 or 4 in the last quarter and bang, bang, bang. So I love it. And I wanted to point this out. People keep messaging about the heat map. I don't know if you've seen it, Tez, but I'm going to show if it comes through on the screen. Is it coming through? That's legit. That's legit Sam Walsh's heat map, and that's how I feel watching him, mate. That's how I feel.
Is that legit?
That's legit his heat map. The man's a beast in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways.
That's the definition of get a big one up, you Collingwood.
Mate, and I love my super coach. He scored 193 for the round. He's incredible. He's the best player, and I love him. And there's almost no one that I would say played terrible for us today, which is a real change, a really big change. And there's heaps of sleeves, and that's important. Heaps of sleeves.
Very important. Well, it's been a big couple of weeks for you. The sleeves are now on sale. There's quite a few sleeves out there today. We obviously paid tribute to Serge. God bless his soul. And the sleeves got it done today.
They did. 100% win rate in the sleeves, so I'll be wearing them. I'll probably wear them to bed, to be honest, mate. Let's see what happens.
I think you must. No pants and sleeves. That's the vibe.
That's the vibe. That's how I live my life, brother.
All right, brother. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, man.
See you, mate. What a star. All right. Michael Marcucci.
Hey, Tez.
How are you, mate?
Sorry, mate. I'm just getting out of the noise of the house.
No worries. No worries.
I'll get in the kids' room. What a win.
Oh, had to be done.
Horrible start.
Yep.
Horrible start. But I don't know if you saw, I was commenting in the watch along with Pom. And for some reason, something said to me that Harry was going to come out that last quarter and kick a few. And I just threw out and said, I reckon Harry's coming to kick 3. And I was pretty bloody close.
So I'm sure you're aware, but for those watching, Pom had a bet with Luke that if Harry kicked 4 or more, Luke would have to do part of the review in a Carlton Guernsey. But if Harry kicked 3 or less, Pom would have to do the review in a Collingwood Guernsey. And I mean, at 3/4 time, you're thinking that bet's dead, but it just made it all the more sweeter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just said in the chat before, like it's amazing when Harry can be let to go 1-on-1 and the rest of the forward line jump out of his way and do what they're supposed to do and pick up what he doesn't grab. He's just unstoppable or very hard to stop.
Yeah.
100%. But, that was great. Of all the days for him to come out and do a last quarter like that, today was it.
Yeah. No, I think you're spot on. I think you're spot on. What I want to ask you about, Matt Kennedy seems to be brought up quite a lot today. What's your take on what we do with Matt Kennedy moving forward? Because obviously there's quite a few guys that are injured have got to come back in the side. So I feel like with Kennedy, you got to play him inside. You can't put him on the half forward flank. So how do you do it with Kennedy?
Agree. Look, I personally think if you're performing as well as he is at the moment, the injured players that have to come back will have to fight for that spot. I mean, I don't think it's on Kennedy. I think it's on him I think it's on them to kick him out, not the other way around. I think he's secured his spot right now. And if they don't sign him, there's more going wrong than we know, at the club.
Yeah.
But I definitely see him as a starting 22 right now as we speak, 100%.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. It's good that we've unearthed another one, and it's taken him to the very end of his, almost the end of his Carlton experience to finally click and play with that desperation. But hopefully he doesn't get complacent if he earns himself another contract and can continue on with the form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think, well, I know it goes way off on not what you're saying now, but Eddie needs to get at least one more. I think he's proving that he's still more than capable to play at the top level. And you can see Owies just flourish under him. He needs to do another year with Owies as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I loved Eddie's game today.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Awesome. Good on you, mate. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thanks, Tez.
See you, mate. Joanne.
Hi, Ted. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, good win today. Good win. Well done.
You love to stick it up the pies, don't you? Every time?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Mark rang me, told me, Joanne, try to go on to see Ted on Fancam. I said, all right, I will go. At least Carlton won, was happy. That's it. Yeah.
That's all that matters, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Collingwood and we're all smiling.
Yeah, I was crying for Silvani's grandfather passed away today. It was a great effort. Yeah. And great mark from Jack Silvani today. Great mark.
No, he was. You watched Steve play, right?
Yeah.
What does the Silvani name mean to the club for you?
I can't explain it really well, but I just like the way like Steve Silvani used to play and Jack Silvani used to play. That's what I like. That's it.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Who were you most impressed with today? Who was your best player on the ground?
Oh, I love Sam Walsh. What a handsome guy, mate. Beautiful game. What a game. Oh, 39 possession, Ted. That was an excellent game. And I like Eddie Bett's goal in the goal square. That was a beautiful goal. Well done.
He was. He's a special one. He's a special one. Listen, are we going to win next week or what?
Are we playing at home next week or we don't know? What's going on?
We're playing on Saturday against North Melbourne.
Well, it depends with this COVID, if it's going on. I know because I heard there's going to be extension lockdown until the 29th. So I don't know what's going to happen.
We'll wait and see, Joanne. But fingers crossed.
Thanks, Terry. And my nephew said, try to go and see Terry on first time. I said, all right, I'll go. He'll be happy to see me on. All right. Thanks, Terry. And go Baggers for next week. Go Baggers. Go.
Love it. Dynamic. Stock talking to JSOS at the end of the game. Cheer up, mate. I think I killed Brody Mychek, so your granddad has someone to dominate in heaven. Kidding, though. We know the pies go to Hades. Very well said. Very well said. Who we got next up here? We have got... Where is he? It's Brad? Brad?
Yeah, how you going, Tez?
Good, mate. Are you up and about or what?
Yeah, bloody oath. That's what passion. I just see passion in that last quarter. Absolute passion. But yeah, without a doubt, not the best starts, just to put it that way. But that last quarter, that's what it means, and you can see what it means to play, especially Sauce. And that Savani mark, without a doubt, that just sums up the name Savani. Simple as that.
Yeah. Were you proud of him today? Were you stressed, or were you all of the above?
Well, to be honest, I haven't jumped on fan cams for a while because if we lose, I'd kind of just try and disconnect from the game. But now I said, fuck it, let's jump on. But when Walsh kicked that goal, I went nuts. But
yeah. What does it mean for the rest of the year for you? What can we do from here?
I reckon we have to stick, we have to keep on playing where credit's due. Where Kennedy, genuine bloke, genuine play. But Paddy Dow, over the last few weeks, I've definitely seen you just give it to him, and then he loves to take on the game. He loves to get out of tackles. He loves to play on. He just loves it. So I reckon just stick with Kennedy, Dow in the middle, and I think we're going in the right path. I reckon we just stick to course. That's what I think. Just stick to course. It might not be pretty some weeks, but I reckon just stick to course.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, mate. I like it. Well, fingers crossed we can keep the the momentum going and turn
Yeah,
this into a
well,
good,
let's just
good
hope-
finish to the year.
Yeah. Yep. So fuck Collingwood, and Sam Walsh can have my children. So
Well said, mate. Have a good one.
you too.
What a star. Blake.
G'day. How we going, Terry?
Oh, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
That's the way.
Sammy Walsh, how good is he?
Oh, he does his thing. He does his thing. He has his 39 just casually.
Casual in his casual sausage roll.
Absolutely. Mate, what do you got going on in the background? You're in, where are you? In the snow?
In the snow. I have no clue what's going on. Don't know how I did it.
It looks good.
Does look good.
What was your, if you had to give your 3, your 2, and your 1, who are you giving it to today?
Paddy Dow.
Yep.
Sammy Walsh, 3 votes.
Yep.
And Kennedy, 2.
Paddy Dow 1, Kennedy 2, Sam Walsh 3. I like it, mate.
Yeah. It's elite.
Yeah. What do we do from here? What happens for the rest of the year?
We win every game.
Love it.
All of them.
Short and sharp. Man of very few words. I like it. Mr. Efficient.
Yeah.
You have a good one, mate.
You too. Glad to.
All right. That was interesting. Oscar. Hello, mate.
How are you? Long time no see, mate.
I know, mate. Where you been?
Oh, mate, it's been hard to watch Carlton lately. I'll put it that way. It's been hard to watch Carlton.
Mate, it was hard to watch him today almost. Fuck.
Oh, mate, it was almost as if we were playing having 19 players on the field. Zach Williams kept on kicking it to them like they're on the same team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. We fucking needed it.
Yeah. What did you like? I mean, going into the game, what were you thinking? Were you confident?
No. You can never be confident with Carlton. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. We're going to lose to North next week. Like, you can't go into a game against a team that's lower than us thinking you're going to win.
Well, if you don't think you're going to win, how do you win?
I know, but, you know, they proved to us today. They proved to a lot of people that they have heart, they have passion. Stocker crunching my check. He's probably fucking still out there sleeping on the ground.
I just read a report. My check's only just woken up.
Far out. God, he probably doesn't know what day it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just, you know, it's nice to see players actually care about when they play. Because for a long, long time, I'm 17 years old now, there hasn't been many players that would give a fuck when they put on that jumper. And seeing Stocker, when even a clear win, like, 30 seconds left, still laying that shepherd and killing my check, killing him. Like, that's a player that gives a fuck. He could just let it go past, let them kick a goal, let them another 6 points, game's over. But he stopped it. So that was nuts. And even, I don't know if you were watching, but in the fourth quarter, there was a little scrimmage going on. And Nick Newman had just 4 Collingwood blokes just hanging off him, grabbing them. There are a few blokes in this team that play with heart, but it was good to see them all play with heart today.
Yeah. No, spot on. I think it's well said. I think they represented the club the way it should have been represented today. It was an important day for many reasons, and we're happy.
100%. The problem is the efficiency, though, the disposal efficiency. I don't know what the exact stats were like, but watching it was appalling.
Yeah.
Overusing the ball with those handballs, or like, you love to see it, but there's a line kicking inside forward 50 to an open Collingwood player. Like, it's basic football skills. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to kick a footy. You'd hope you can kick it to the right team.
Yeah, very true. What happens from here, mate? What do you want to see for the rest of the year?
I want to see exactly what we saw today, you know? Obviously, you got people coming in. We have a lot of people out, but really, who goes out? I don't take Owies out, even though he didn't get much of the ball. Kennedy can't go out. Walsh can't. None of that midfield can go out. Even Sam Sidden, he played one of his better games, even if he didn't get much of the ball. The backline played incredibly well today. Plowman does his thing, even though people shit on him all the time and all that stuff. I don't know who said it before, but Jones can make a mistake, completely forget about it, then turn the game on its head. I don't think we had one appalling player today. There were definitely fuck-ups, and like Williamson has his casual fuck-up, and you got Nunes, who can just either be silent for the whole game and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't think there's much room for people to come in. A lot of people proved themselves today, and it was nice to see what happens when you chuck a young midfield in. What happens, you know? Imagine if we chucked that midfield in last year. Our Petrevsky and Kennedy, Walsh. Maybe we wouldn't all be wanting Dow to go.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, won't we?
Yeah. When you give someone a chance, they grab it by the neck, and So
yeah, I like
what do
it.
you say about it? Like, do you think there was any players who played bad, or any players who could have improved, or is there any room for changes?
I think there were a lot of players that played very bad today, but I'll leave that for tomorrow when I do the review and the player ratings. It's not about that right now. It's about enjoying the win.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, it's nice to see, like, especially at the end, all walking out together. Wiedering,
Yeah.
I don't think you can take the captaincy away from him. I think it's a bit overwhelming for some players like Doc and Cripper, but I think Wiedering took it to heart and played with heart. So yeah.
Yeah. Well said, Oscar. Looking forward to chatting to you again, bro.
Easy.
See you, man.
See you, mate.
Peter V, Blue Bagger.
Hey, how's it going? I got the marks. Which ones are better? I got today's mark over here. Or you got this one over there. What do you reckon?
It's a Silvani party over here with you, mate.
That's right, man. That's right, mate. This is what got me to the club in the 80s, and I've haven't looked back ever since. Despite all the history of the last 20 years. Where can we start, mate? I was 60% coming in that we can actually win. Thank goodness. We got passion. We actually showed something in that second half. Thank God. And I remember going back. I remember 2017, the Centenary game, 125th. I was actually at the game. 1 hour away from the Collingwood cheer squad. This is even better. This is even better. I'll tell you. And to do it for the greatest, Serge, of course, is not in his picture, was even better. Sweet redemption.
Yeah.
And I'd say to Swoop Luke, mate, sing like a fucking bird, mate. Sing like a fucking bird. I'll tell you right now, man. I'll tell you right now. And EJ Whitten once said, stick it right up and thank you very much.
Very well said, Peter V. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. All right, I got 2 more. I got Paddy, and then Vince is joined. A late comer, but a comer nevertheless. Let's go to Paddy first. Hello, mate.
Terry, how are you, brother?
Mate, I'm relieved.
Haven't been on in probably a month, I reckon. Been tonguing.
You were on 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Where are you going, mate? 2 weeks ago we had a chat.
I don't know. I just know that I've been upset the last couple. No, Adelaide. No, I didn't jump on after Adelaide. I didn't want to. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but
You're here now.
Yeah, but Chris, couple of blokes before, he put it in perspective, didn't he? With what we're all going through at the moment and whatnot. And footy's footy's not number one priority, but everyone's all family who you barrack for and whatnot. Surge in the week, seeing JSOS, how much it meant to him today. You don't know what people are going through and whatnot, but the baggers got up today, and that's all that matters. Cheers to you, mate. But yeah, put it in perspective, like a lot of people are going through different circumstances and scenarios. So seeing some joy, regardless of how it went, we're all frustrated in the first half and whatnot. But I tell you what kick-started it. Liam Stocker getting the hands off Jack Martin, who pulled his finger out today, might I add, laying a beautiful tackle, and Stocker telling them all to get the fuck up.
Yeah, absolutely.
He literally, after he kicked it, he said, "Wake the fuck up."
Yeah.
And since then, I think we piled on 6-1 going into the third, and then that final quarter was just, I tell you right now, you never ever undersell a win against Collingwood.
No, of course. You have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it.
Oh, regardless of where they are, wherever we are on the ladder, they were missing, Moore, who tore us apart the first time we played them. Mason Cox, who also kick 3 or 4 bloody gimmies when we played them. So we had to. But besides the point, TDK sole ruck all game, who was copping it pretty early against Grundy. And Grundy, when he smells blood, he usually goes on with it. So to see TDK respond the way he did against not only Grundy, but their backup as well, for a 22-year-old, fuck, mate, there's a future there. And the young brigade, not only TDK, this was led from Walsh, Kennedy, Dow, TDK against Grundy, Pendlebury, Sidebottom, Adams. What the fuck? Mate.
You're right. They had obviously they've been decimated this year, but they had a lot of good quality senior bodies there today.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Cripps out. We've all been sort of, we need to rest him. Let's see what the other boys have got. And mate, we saw the boys what they had. Like the first quarter shaky, second quarter was what's going on here, and then it was just a bit of a wake up call, and that was from fucking stock up. And Jack Martin laid that massive tackle early, and stamped his authority. Kicked that goal that we desperately needed before quarter time, kept us in it. Zachy Williams, he can. He's a hard one to put my finger around at the moment, but he kicked the critical goal for us and played pretty well. I think at the end of the day, you just want everyone to do their bit. Yeah, and that's what it was. Ramsey, Honey, Honey especially banging the door down. Charlie, I hear played pretty well in the scratch match. We all can't wait for our boy Charles.
We'll just chill on that
one. Let's just tone it down just a touch. But let's just say we're in touch with fucking finals, baby. Let's just say that.
Listen, grab your green demon, give me a cheers, and let's enjoy it, mate.
On you, Terry. Have a good one, brother.
On you, brother. Have a good one. What a star. We've got, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but Weeders for co-captain equals hard mentality leader that can provide some disciplined perspective for the team, and Cripps can lead from the front. And Jay Barbs with 5 says, thank you, Terry. Love your pom for having the guts to mingle with the enemy. And thank you to every blue bagger out there who makes this club amazing. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the club today. Let's finish off with Vince Lochisano. Hello, sir.
Can you just excuse me? I've just had to wipe all this egg off my face for tipping Collingwood today.
How could you? How could you, sir?
I'm ashamed of myself, Terry. Excuse me, I'm actually at the Epworth Hospital at the moment, so pardon me if the lights are a bit in the wrong position. But
that's okay.
But I just wanted to quickly come on. I thought I've got the Carlton cap on, the scarf, the whole bit. Very proud of the boys today. I think when they were 7-4 down in that third quarter, I was thinking something has to happen here. We just have to pull something out of the bag, and they did. They just started to really up the pressure, and I think Collingwood capitulated under that pressure. And very proud of them. And I just couldn't help but feel that there was, the spirit of Surge flowing through that team today. And to have been playing Collingwood in the game after he passed on, it was just something about that. And we've all seen the result. And how good was it that Jack Silvani kicked the goal and took that fantastic mark in the last quarter? And just very, very proud of the boys today. It was a great day to be a Carlton supporter.
It was. I think if we're going to look at this game from the tactical part of it, the analytics, the structure, we're going to be pulling our hair out. But today, I think it was all about digging deep, and that's all you can really ask for them. Really, when the going gets tough, can you find something? And to their credit, and they didn't. I think you're right, because maybe you can touch on it. You're probably more qualified than most people to talk about, like, what does the Silvani name mean to the club?
Well, I think it obviously means something to the boys. You can debate it all day whether they would have gone in just as hard if Jack wasn't playing. Maybe they would have. Even if Serge hadn't have passed on, they may very well have played as well as they did anyway. I don't know. These are all questions we can't actually answer, but I'd like to think that there was a little bit of that spirit of Surge flowing through the team today. And, You know, when the game was on the line, you know, so many times this year when the game was there to be won and we had to step up, we have failed. But today we did the opposite and we turned it around. And I think they can build on that now. I think this is a win that we can really build on for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, spot on.
Let's hope so.
I hope everything's okay at the Epworth. While you're there, if you can please check up on Brody Myercheck. I think he's about to step in as well, just to send him our regards.
Yeah, okay. I'll give him a kick in the shins for you or something.
No, good on you, Vince.
No worries, Tez. Catch you later.
Have a good one. All right. That'll do it. That has been the Round 18 fan cams. I'm glad to have the 400 of you still here. I don't know what you guys are doing still here. I don't even know what I'm doing still here. That was great. Today was a good day. Very stressful day. A very emotional day. But it just brings me back to the thought of what happens when this group finally figures it out and we get a good run with injury and all of that, and when we can play finals and when we can like start enjoying that, and when we can dig deep and win finals, that's really what's important. But today was a very special day that we had to, you know, focus on the moment. And I think we did that. I'm going to play one last clip before I leave. So please just hold on for a few more seconds because we've got a message from Swoop Luke.
Carlton fans, this one's for you. Blue Abroad, this one's for you. Almost Blues Brothers, this one's for you. Don't ever forget, I'm the Swoop King. I'm the prodigal son. Begin.
That'll do it. Go the Mighty Blues.